Yes, good evening everyone. Welcome to Lukmaan IAS. This is DTRS session, Daily Takkar Rapid Series. We are discussing daily 10 MCQs based on current affairs, today's current affairs. This is class 57 and we are taking the combined session for Saturday and today. So 20 MCQs will be discussed. The lead topic for today is Navic, Navigation with Indian Constellation. Okay, so but before going into 20 MCQs, let's discuss today's quotation. And yes, it is by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. The quotation says that, let us sacrifice our today so that our children can have better tomorrow. Okay, so a very important and relevant quotation, especially on the eve of Independence Day. So we are going to celebrate the 77th Independence Day tomorrow. And yes, the apt quotation says that, let us sacrifice our today so that our children can have better tomorrow. Now, this is in line with what we are observing in today's or present day society. There is, we can say, problem of overconsumption, the problem of overconsumption, greed, or materialistic lifestyle that we have, and because of that there is some negative impact on environment. We are rapaciously exploiting all the resources, which is resulting into a lot of problem. Environmental degradation is happening, pollution problem, excess exploitation of water resources. And what we are doing, we are using that for our enjoyment, our happiness purpose. But the future generation will lack access to these resources. And we know that that is going to create some challenges for the future generation. So the concept of sustainable development revolves around this only. That means utilizing the resources in such a manner that the future generation also is having or able to enjoy those resources, utilize them. So we need to utilize the resources in the sustainable manner, and that's why our living in, let's say, lifestyle should be molded in that manner, the sustainable lifestyle. And that's why the life movement, lifestyle for environment, this life movement was started by our Prime Minister, we can say 27th COP, Conference of Parties. तो ये सारी चीज़ें आप वहाँ पे लिख सकते हो. But yes, of course, it is very important. Sustainable development concept you can link to essay, you can link to ethics paper. Anywhere you can mention, you can use this quotation. ठीक है? Okay, fine. Let's talk about these are today's 20 topics that we have chosen for 20 MCQs. Let's go in detail one by one. First one is Navic. Yes, so Navic and its use is going to be there for strategic purpose also. Now this navigation with Indian Constellation, this is also called as IRNS, Indian Regional Navigation Satellite System. So there is Constellation, that Constellation is of satellite. There are total 7 satellites, and this constellation of satellite is there in low Earth orbit, and it is going to provide some navigation facilities, but it is going to be regional one. So that means Indian, we can say, territory, and extending up to 1500 kilometers from India's boundaries. It is not going to provide you global coverage, regional hoga. And this one is not developed by DRDO, again it is developed by ISRO. Satellite se related hai, so one can use the logic also. Okay, so it is incorrect. For third one is correct here, comprises of 7 satellites in low Earth. So only one is the correct answer. Only one is the correct answer. Okay, A is the correct answer. Let's talk about the second MCQ regarding deflation. Okay, so Chinese economy is facing the concern related to deflation. Okay, so what is deflation? It is exactly opposite, we can say, that of inflation. So what happens in inflation? There is general price rise, okay, of all the commodities in the economy. In deflation, what happens? There is declining price rise, we can say, decline in the prices of the commodities. Now why this happens? When there is increase in aggregate supply but demand is constant, we can say there is fall in the prices. or there is decrease in aggregate demand and supply is constant. So we can say again prices will fall down. So first two are the causes, but third one, increase in money supply, this is going to increase in demand. Increase in money supply is going to increase in demand, and that will increase in higher prices, not the lower prices. That will result into inflation. ये जो है, it will result into inflation, not deflation. Okay, so third one is not there. Only 2 is the correct answer. ठीक है? Okay. Let's talk about the next question. Okay, description based question. We have to identify the protected area, tiger reserve. Let's identify the key information. It is situated in Tarai region. Tarai region UP Bihar. ठीक है, 2 ही है हमारे पास. Tarai region largely UP में ही हम बोल सकते हैं. Then open spaces of land and many water bodies are there. Northern area of the Indo-Nepal border के पास है. तो yes, we have got the idea. It should be Pilibhit Tiger Reserve in UP. Okay, southern edge is connected to Khakra and Sharda river. One more important key information, Sharda river that is flowing along the border between India and we can say Nepal, that enters into UP, and it is forming the southernmost boundary of this tiger reserve. Pilibhit Tiger Reserve is the correct answer. Okay, in UP we have Dudhwa Tiger Reserve, Amangarh Tiger Reserve as well as Pilibhit. ये तीनों क्या है, यूपी में है. सातकोसिया कहाँ पर है? It's in ओडिशा. ठीक है, तो ये C is the correct answer. ठीक है, तो for this question. Fine. Okay, next question about Delimitation Commission. Okay, so Delimitation Commission, what is this about? Delimitation Commission is basically deciding about number of constituencies for election of Lok Sabha or state assembly. Okay, so constituencies, their areas, sizes and all these things, number of seats in the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, all these things, Delimitation Commission. It is statutory body, not the constitutional body. Okay, it is a statutory body, and from time to time in past 4 times the कब हुआ है? 1952, 1963, 1973, 2002. Latest one is 2002, and the seats were frozen. यहाँ पर जो है लोक सभा as well as Lok Sabha as well as state assemblies. Remember this. Okay. So second statement is incorrect. Delimitation Commission is appointed by President of India. This is correct. Then Election Commission publishes final delimitation order. This is also true. Process of delimitation and parliamentary constituencies in Assam, 2001 census data. This is correct. Okay, so all 3 statements are correct, 1 is incorrect. C is the correct answer for this. Okay, fine. Let's talk about next question. Okay, DG Yatra mobile app, this is easy one. We are aware about DG Yatra app. This is to facilitate the seamless experience for those traveling through, we can say, air connectivity, in which is achieving contactless, seamless processing of passengers at airports based on FRT, facial recognition technology. This is correct. There is no central storage of passengers' personally identifiable information. This is correct. Then all airports in India are receiving international travelers are equipped with this facility. Not all airports. At present, there are 7 airports on pilot basis. They are implementing this. First 2 are correct. Only 2 statements are correct. Online students, are you following this? Those who have joined online live session on YouTube, try to follow this. Try to give your answers also simultaneously. ठीक है. Okay, next is appointment of judges. Okay, so let's talk about this collegium system or the appointment of high court judges. Recently it was in news, that's why we have covered this. Yes, collegium system is used for appointment of judges, and this system is there for higher judiciary, both Supreme Court as well as High Court. ठीक है, Supreme Court as well as High Court. This is incorrect. Collegium system is evolved through judges cases, not through acts of parliament. There are 3 judges cases, and through that the evolution of collegium system is there. So this is also incorrect. So neither 1 nor 2 is the correct answer, right? So collegium is formed, we can say, the 4 senior most judges of Supreme Court, and it is headed by CJI. ठीक है, तो इस तरीके से collegium, it is responsible for appointment, recommending the names for, we can say, appointment for the higher judiciary. Remember this part? All right. Now, India Web Browser Development Challenge. Yes, this particular challenge is for the startups for developing web browser, and it is not launched by Ministry of Information Broadcasting. We have MeitY, no? Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. So it is incorrect. Aim to promote innovation, development of indigenous web browser. This is correct. Open to Indian tech startups, and entity must have at least 51% shareholding by Indian citizens. This is also criteria. So 2 statements are correct, 1 incorrect. Again, B is the correct answer. B is the correct answer. Fine? Okay. Next. Yes, HeLa. What is HeLa? Recently it was in news. HeLa is basically a kind of human cell lineage which is immortal, which is considered immortal. Why? Because this HeLa name is by one Afro-American lady, okay, who died by the cancer in 1952, and her cell was extracted, and that cell is, reproduced, we can say, in labs for n number of times. Okay. This is very important for clinical trials of drugs, vaccines. This has been very helpful basically. Okay, so the term based question, science and technology, A is the correct answer, HeLa. Okay? Okay. Immortal cell line, reparation 70 years later. The name of the lady was Henrietta Lacks. Okay, Henrietta Lacks. Okay. Okay, basics of GDP, gross domestic product. We are aware about the basic national income accounting, economy part. Growth rate of GDP is declining annually since. देखिए ये growth rate of GDP it is talking. It is not talking about the at such absolute number. ये rate की बात कर रहा है. So this is correct. Government spending is not taken into consideration while calculating. Rather, it is very important part of GDP. No, also subsidies. So whatever the government investment is there, public investment, along with that subsidies, both are considered. So this is incorrect. GDP data is released by NSO. This is correct, we can say. So again, B is the correct answer regarding GDP data. ठीक है? Okay. Now let's talk about next. With reference to Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita Bill 2023. Okay, yes, recently the government has come up with the amendment to all these, or it has replaced the IPC, CRPC and Evidence Act with the new names and certain changes also in them. Okay, it seeks to repeal IPC 1860. This is true. Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita IPC को replace करेगा. Then it will have no bearing on this MSCOC. Maharashtra Control of Organized Crime. This is also true. It is separate. It will criminalize mob lynching. This is also true. Basically, all 3 statements are correct. New provision is added there, for mob lynching. Okay, so C is the correct answer regarding this. Look at the PIB news is there. Jan Aushadhi Kendra, PM Bharatiya Jan Aushadhi Kendra. This particular scheme is by Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers, not by Ministry of Health. Okay. Jan Aushadhi Kendras will provide generic drugs at affordable cost. Different Aushadhi centers, Kendras are, let's say, now recently Ministry of Railway has said that all railway stations, important railway stations will have such kind of Jan Aushadhi centers. So second is incorrect, first one is correct. It is being implemented by the Pharmaceutical Medical Devices Bureau of India under the aegis of Department of Health Research. This is not correct. Not under Department of Health Research. Okay, there is one department under Ministry of Chemicals, that is Department of Pharmaceuticals. ठीक है, तो ये अलग है, incorrect है. Only one is the correct answer, right? Okay. Now let's talk about next one. Okay, Kachativu Island, again it is in news. Let's talk about this location aspect. It is located, a tiny uninhabited islands located at the mouth of Daman Ganga river, bounded by all sides the state of Gujarat. Now, Kachativu Island, we are aware, no, Tamil Nadu, coast of Tamil Nadu, dispute between India and we can say that Sri Lanka. But in 1970s, we have handed over the sovereignty of Kachativu Islands to Sri Lanka. That's why again it is in news. Tamil Nadu government has wants that Kachativu Island should be part of India, part of Tamil Nadu. Okay, it was part of territory of Raja of Ramnath during the 17th century. This is factually correct. Okay, first one is incorrect. So we can say that 2 only is the correct answer. ठीक है? Okay. Next, which of the following is not the Sangam site? Okay, so yes, recently this second one was in news. Parpanai Kottai, ठीक है, this was in news in Tamil Nadu, and yes, this is we can say that Sangam site, and this one Kodumanal is also Sangam site. Little bit confusion about Sivagolai and Kodakkalu Parambulu. These are actually megalithic sites. But Sangam का हमें check करना है. So we are keeping this as this question as on hold. ठीक है, तो इसका आंसर मत ये करिए जो एक्सप्लेनेशन में आपको दिया गया है. We'll come up with the answer, then we'll give some explanation regarding this. But second and third are, we can say that Sangam sites. Remember this. ठीक है? Okay. Now, regarding this Amazon Cooperation Treaty Organization, it was in news recently. Why? Because these 8 Amazon basin nations of this organization have come up with this new plan to conserve Amazon basin. Remember this, but it is not formed in collaboration with IPCC. So it is incorrect. They themselves have formed this. South American countries, Amazon river basin countries. Promoting management of Amazon resource in harmony with nature. This is correct. Okay, so second one is correct. 2 only is the correct answer. ठीक है. Okay. Look at this. ठीक है. All right. Now, which of the following organizations or bodies are constitutional bodies? ठीक है. Constitutional bodies कौन से हैं? National Commission for Backward Classes. Yes. Article 338B of Constitution talks about this. National Human Rights Commission, it is statutory body. There is NHRC Act or National Human Rights Commission Act of 1993. There is National Commission Minorities Act of 1992. Again, it is statutory body. So, only one A correct answer. ठीक है? Only one A is the correct answer. Fine. Okay. Regarding Price Stability Fund, okay, again it is in news. Tomato prices, ठीक है? Overall food inflation. It helps to stabilize prices of essential commodities. This is true. Helps to ensure food security in the country. Promote fair trade practices. Avoid any anti-competitive practices. All 3 are the significance of this fund. Price Stability Fund. Okay? Fine. There was this article in the Hindu newspaper talking about Metagenomic Sequencing technology. What is this technology and its application? That uses next generation sequencing to sequence DNA of all organisms present in the sample. This is true. It can be used to identify new organisms and to discover new genes and proteins. This is also important applications. So metagenomic sequencing is basically using the next generation sequencing for sequencing of DNAs. Okay, so C is the correct answer here. ठीक है, biotechnology is part of science and technology for both prelims and mains examination. 18th question for today is related to chronic obstructive pulmonary diseases. Pulmonary मतलब lungs से related होगा. Group of lung diseases that make it difficult to breathe. Correct है. It caused long-term inflammation of airways in the lungs. This is true. This is the we can say causing factor. Again, C is the correct answer here. Both statements are correct. All right. Then next one is ethnic cleansing. Okay, so a little bit confusing. Ethnic cleansing, the term is generally used from the we can say crime or criminal jurisprudence angle. But at present, there was the word used by Punjab Haryana High Court when there was violence in New, so that's why it is in news. Yes, it removes civilian population of certain religious groups by violent means, that is true, or not only religious, ethnic community we can say, this is correct. It is violative of procedure established by law. Yes, when we talk from the polity angle, the procedure established by law, or we can say that rule of law, the concept of rule of law. So when ethnic cleansing by majority community of minority community happens, basically the rule of law is not there. Okay, so state should intervene in such situation of such violations. We can say this is correct, sorry. Indian Penal Code criminalizes this act. There is no mention in the Constitution or IPC regarding this particular crime. So this is incorrect, and that's why answer should be B here. Okay? Okay, now what should be the next? Okay, last question for today. PM Usha, Uchchatar Shiksha Abhiyan. Okay, PM Usha was in news recently because not all states are implementing this. It aims to attain, this is centrally sponsored scheme, it aims to achieve higher levels of excellence in state higher education system. And yes, the earlier Rashtriya Uchchatar Shiksha Abhiyan, its vision is carried forward, and along with that, national education policy is basically promoting this particular scheme for higher education, PM Usha. All statements are correct here. C is the correct answer. Okay? C is the correct answer. Fine. Okay. So yes, 2013 में ये scheme launch की गई थी, and now it is reframed as PM Usha scheme. ठीक है? Okay, fine. Let us stop then for today. We will meet tomorrow with the tomorrow's DTRS session. Fine. Okay.